Welcome to Lizards Inc., a show where two lizard people learn more about the eccentricities of human society. Today's topic, chemtrails. In an untraceable location, two guards stood over top of an unconscious worker. One guard was tall and bulky and the other was shorter and slender.
Wake him up. I think he'll be ready to talk now.
It's been 3 days. Are you ready to tell us the truth?
The prisoner woke up slowly. He looked around trying to collect himself.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We have the paperwork right here. We know someone sent classified documents to an unknown source.
We don't want to do this. We care just as much about your safety as you do.
The taller guard held the worker's hand in a sign of understanding and care. He gave the man a wicked smile.
It's just your hand. Don't be such a baby. It'll regrow in a day or two.
If you tell us the truth, we could even speed up the process for you.
If I could, I already would have told you.
I wonder how much of your neck is needed to regrow your body from your head.
Please. All I know is that there's a group that is beginning planning a lot to leak documents. I don't know who they are or who they work for. I got an encrypted message and next thing I know, all my files were gone. Please, I am begging you. I am the victim here.
That barely helps, but count yourself lucky. We'll let the higher-ups know of your predicament, I guess.
Thank you. Will I be able to leave soon?
Oh, not now. You'll need to wait for a group to pick you up. We like keeping our secrets, you know. Besides, I still feel like you owe us for not immediately reporting this travesty.
Did you have to take his entire left arm?
This anesthesia used to transport him back. Come on, we still need to report to Tiny.
Xela was eating his lunch in his office. Although his workload was heavy, he found the day to be perfect. Or so he thought.
Why now, dear Gog?
Come in! Hey, party animal, why aren't you eating lunch with me? You know we're at risk of breaking a 1,573 business day streak, right?
I have a lot of extra work to do, okay? So if you could please...
What could be more important than lunch? With me? Let me see.
The airplane chemicals we use to make chemtrails, the entire company went under, and they won't even fulfill our last order we made beforehand. So now I'm rushing to get a whole new contract set up.
What's the point of that?
How did you even get this job if you don't know how anything works?
I put all my skill points into charisma.
Anyway, the chemtrails do all sorts of things. Some allow us to control the weather by spreading chemicals that mix well with our electromagnetic space weapons. Others just keep people more easily ill. By mixing them with water, they can be easily ejected and freeze into the air, and that way they spread out more evenly.
So why not just focus on weather manipulation?
It's simple. Believe it or not, I can barely believe this myself, but believe it or not, we aren't at that level of technology yet. Even then, we can't do anything too major or the humans will catch on real quick. Remember COVID?
Yeah, that was a close one. Thank God Trump was in office for America, so everyone just blamed China instead.
Besides, having a variety of effects, the chemtrails are too good to believe. Would someone really have an end-all, be-all weapon that controls weather, health, psychological condition? That'd be overpowered and borderline comic book villain. Thus, it's perfect.
Good point.
Speaking of deadly viruses, by the way, by impacting human health, this requires them to rely more on medicine. Through this, we can sneak more stuff into the humans to weaken them. Now, there are some people that believe chemtrails exists, and they all claim to have experienced some religious awakening. It's really weird.
Don't all conspiracists say that, though?
Well, yeah. But bad news, some people are believing them, but there is some good news. Once the timing is right, the believers will see how weak they are, and thus they'll be the first ones to bow. The only downside are those that don't believe the conspiracists. They believe it's an excuse to push climate change as real.
That's ironic coming from the animals destroying the planet.
Exactly. Really, the work isn't too bad. It's just a lot of extra work because some idiot was leaking classified documents. So now I have to wait for approval and get everything critiqued and edited.
That does not sound fun.
It isn't. But it's either do this or get fired.
Nealon gave Xela a blank stare as they both let the noise sink in.
Okay, I think it's time I eat lunch.
Smartest decision ever made.
Once the two lizards left, the computer began flashing and switching through tabs. In a distant, unknown room, two higher powers were looking through the work. Suddenly, the computer turned off before turning back on. A green checkmark appeared before disappearing.